Hello everyone and welcome to week 1 of the Dream Big Free Motion Quilt Along. I am so excited. It is finally here and we can get started. Last week we talked about basting, so ideally all of your panels or whatever modification you have made to your panels are already basted in your quilt sandwich, whether you've pinned, sprayed, hand basted, doesn't matter. Hopefully you're ready to go. This week we're going to concentrate on doing the outline of each of our petals on the panel. Then we can take all of our pins out if we have pin basted and we're ready to go for the rest of the weeks to learn our new designs. I want you to keep in mind a few things before we get started. One, it is okay to not be perfect. It is okay to not look exactly like either I have done or any of the instructors or anybody else has done. It is your panel, it is your work, and that is one of the beauties of free motion quilting, is that human artistic element. So it's okay to not be perfect, and I really say that as much for you as myself. The second thing to keep in mind, try to relax. Breathe, enjoy the journey. It is meant to be fun. And I get it can be a little stressful when you start stepping outside your element and your comfort zone, but we want you to have fun and we want you to enjoy this. So deep breath and let it out and relax. And the last thing is that over the course of the next 7 weeks, each designer is going to be teaching you different designs in free motion quilting. It is okay to not do exactly as they have done. So if you want to take their designs and put it in a different place, in a different part of the panel, that's okay. If you want to blend some of the designs together, that's okay too. So if you want to do pebbles and feathers in one petal, that is okay. Feel free to make this your own and express your own design and creativity, because we are creative people, right? So it's flexible. Please do not feel like you have to do exactly as somebody else is doing. So with that said, I'm going to grab my gloves, get my panel set up, and we're going to get started. Jackie and I are now ready to go. I have the panel on here. I did my few lock stitches in place just to get it ready for you. And I put on my gloves to help me to move my quilt around. My gloves aren't anything necessarily special. These are some I got at Aldi for very inexpensively, but they do the job and they work. And they had pink. So here we go. I'm going to start with the center of the flower. The petals here, if you will, which are kind of hard to see on mine, they are smaller. So we're just going to simply outline the whole inner circle, that center circle, and go from there. When we get to the other petals, then we'll do each individual petal, just not in this case. So, fingers crossed, relax. Here we go. Yay, my outline is done. I have completed my own interpretation of where the lines should go in the center here of my panel. It is very hard to tell, especially on this light color one. Some of the other darker color schemes, or the petals and the lines, are a little bit more defined. In this case, it's a bit of a challenge, but that's okay. I have completed it, and now I'm going to start with working my way out and outline the other petals. you can see, my progress is coming along with outlining my petals. I wanted to add another note about defining your lines when those lines are not defined for you. I mentioned earlier in the center that it was pretty hard to see some of those lines. Well, some of the petals are also a bit of a challenge. So I've left this space open to kind of give you an example to show you what I mean. Here, you can't tell as much if the line goes this way or this way. In this case, you can totally make that up and however or wherever you want that petal line to go. So if you follow along on this curve and continue the line this way, that brings this petal forward and this petal backwards. So that just defines this space, and this petal would appear to be in front of this one. Or you can do it the other direction where you follow this line, come on around, and then in that case it would look like this petal is more forward and this petal is pushed backward. Nothing is wrong either way. It's just how you want to do it. Use your creativity and express your petals and define them how you would like. I hope you have found this week's video useful to get started on outlining your Dream Big panel. Don't forget to follow hashtag Dream Big QAL in order to stay up to date on all the latest progress photos. And make sure you post your own. We want to see all your hard work and how it's paying off. Thank you so much. Happy quilting.